Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. I do have quite an interesting footage for you guys because I do not think that there are many rank 4 anti-venom owners out there. And as I did my 2021 champion ranking video, one of my subscribers did reach out to me saying that he has a rank 4 anti-venom and he's happy to send over some footage, and I happily obliged. So huge thank you to A-turn or A-turn7. I'm not entirely sure which one is correct one, but we do have some gameplay with the rank 4 6-star anti-venom, and well, here we are. So Anti-Venom, as we all know, is not exactly the most explosive start champion. He definitely does take some while to ramp up the damage, and that is going to be evident, but he's also quite uncharacteristic rank up, and I am definitely more than grateful for the opportunity to see how he does at higher rank levels. I do think that once he enters basic crystal pool, we're going to see much more of this guy showcased in different fights. Because at the moment he still is largely somewhat of a dark horse at the very least. To me, he definitely does have some very good qualities, but as with many champions, I think only when majority of the community gets access to the champion, then we can see more and more interesting things come out, and I'm sure that will be the case as well, hopefully, with this guy. It's also kind of cool to see like less standard rank up options, like Anti-Venom, like, I don't know, Penny Parker, and I've seen a few kind of like somewhat different rank ups, like Hitmonkey and, well, Doctor Strange, I suppose. And then there was talk of a rank 4 Sabretooth, I believe, earlier today. So here we are now. At this point, obviously, with 4 Furies already, Anti-Venom is inflicting quite a lot of damage. That is a definite. Once you actually do get your level 2s off, you can hit quite hard. In a general match, it is typically going to be the 4 Furies, but here, when you get to 8 Furies, obviously, then that is even harder. Overall, keep in mind that this fight is also with class disadvantage, and this was kind of like the 4 Fury rotation, and we do have one with 8 as well, where he goes for a level 3. So there are no boosts, no suicide masteries, no synergies, anything like that. This is just a bare champion. Now we're gonna forward up a bit because we do want to get to the point after the level 3. We do want to see how he ramps up a bit quicker. And now then, let's see how quickly Winter Soldier is going to go down from whatever percent of health he is. And at this point, we can see that he's at 86, and he still hasn't activated a level 2 that would give him a ton of Furies. So it's going to be very interesting. So now we have level 2 ready. I think he's going to go in for another half a combo. And let's see now. We have 8 Furies, that's 19k, and 100k crit, not too bad. And now you have 15k light crits, 24k medium crits, and with 8 Furies, obviously, yeah, you do hit like a tank. Now, the Winter Soldier goes for his level 2. He's going to go in for another special, I think. So he still has the 8 Furies active, 10 Furies at this point, not bad. 10 Furies. They are quite powerful Furies as well. And there's 18k light crit. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the medium crit, but that is all she wrote there with this guy. Now, I actually haven't seen all of the fights myself as well, but here we do have Labyrinth of Legends Red Hulk footage, or at least a bit of it. This seems to be a fairly short clip, but let's see what happens here after the level 3. I think he will want to showcase the regeneration and how potent the regeneration can be. So he did this on purpose just to kind of like show how quickly and how much he can get. So he basically got down to 28% health, and now, well, you can see that the health is in fact growing quite rapidly. He actually could have probably gotten even more of it up if he capitalized on the adrenaline mechanic. But you can see that health bar getting back, and that's actually quite interesting application that I might not have thought about, that in many fights you can end up eating up those level 3s and barely notice, which could be kind of interesting piece of utility for Anti-Venom. yeah, use him to tank level 3s, because if you can't survive, you will likely regenerate majority of the damage there. Now here we are going to be taking a look at his heal reversal abilities. So let's see how this fight goes. And again, I haven't actually seen these clips myself. I'm watching them basically for the first time with you, more or less. And here we have the Petrify from the level 1. And obviously he has the ability to keep stacking the Spectre buffs, which is helping those Petrify being even more effective. I'm not exactly sure on the situation with Despair in his mastery setup, but we probably need to assume that he has Despair maxed. And here we can see that at this point he already has 4 Spectres on, 2 Petrifies, and the health is just draining away. So spamming level 1s, keeping your debuffs basically on Spectre is kind of like all that you need to do. Even with 1 Petrify, we can see that it is enough to reverse all of that healing. Right, next up we can check out 735 Bishop. Do not know how this fight is going to look like, but let's take a quick sneak peek at this fight. And here we are. So 735. I don't actually remember exactly what nodes does this guy have. Aside from the fact that you stifle a lot. But one of the obviously good things for Anti-Venom is the fact that you are Incinerate immune. Therefore, you're not too worried about Bishop throwing his level 1 and starting to place his Incinerates and all that other stuff. So at this point, the Bishop has 21 prowess. He did get hit, but again, that regeneration should be putting in plenty of work. And another kind of like cool thing, we can see that one of the nodes here periodically does apply Fate Seal, but you don't really have any buffs, so you don't care for that Fate Seal much, even if you do trigger it, because, well, yeah, you don't have any buffs. All of your effects are passives. I recently kind of started looking for champions of a similar type, where all of them are passives, and this actually is looking like a fairly close fight. It definitely does look like a fairly close, like tight fight. But thanks to willpower, thanks to regeneration abilities of Anti-Venom, he's holding his own in there. He's definitely holding his own in there. So he's taking a lot of hits and block with that level 1. And obviously, he can regenerate the majority of the damage that he takes, which is the cool thing in having this guy at a high sig. And thanks to willpower, obviously, from those stifle effects. Oh, well, that helps you heal even more. Right? So the fight has lasted quite a while here, though. I'm actually genuinely curious how this is going to end, because I haven't actually seen this fight play out before. But that regeneration definitely has come in clutch 100%. Look at all that block damage that you end up eating from that Bishop. I think that could be potentially one of the cooler things, because we all love that regeneration that we get on Sorcerer Supreme when you throw the special attacks with your healing phase on. This kind of reminds me of that to, quite high degree. And he's definitely keeping himself quite healthy, eating those level 1s to the face like nobody's business. And I think now is going to be the point when he's going to go for the finish in the fight. He has the Fury buffs active, and Bishop is under bar power, so he should be able to capitalize there with them 13k mediums. It definitely took a while to get there, but he did in the end. And now I can see that Regen is still putting in work. He's actually back up to 76%. Man, he's gaining a lot of ground very quickly. So he nearly, he awaited first half of this, but no, that Regen is definitely putting in work. That's actually kind of cool. Didn't realize he has that much potential to regenerate in a fight. And yeah, no, actually I really, really like this fight in the sense of how messy it was, how often he got clipped and damaged, and man, Anti-Venom just refused to go away. Just absolutely refused to go away. Now we do have a clip with a Hyperion as well. So let's check out Anti-Venom against Hyperion. And, well, this is actually quite tiny Hyperion. So there's probably a point that he's making, and it's probably going to be the point of Petrify, to showcase that ability to deal with the power gain. Because this, I believe, is just a regular dual. Here we can see that with a single Petrify, power gain is definitely quite limited. And yeah, I do like champions that have easy access to Petrify debuffs, because his level 1 basically does have that guaranteed Petrify. That is definitely quite helpful. How most of the champions who do have access to Petrify have it on level 2. So having one on level 1, you know, can be quite important at times. Then we have a shorter clip, super short clip of special 2 crit. So this is against Storm with 141k. I kind of like that. So let's rewind it back a bit. So 141k, and how many Furies he had active? With 11 Furies. So let's just play it here again in slow motion. So 27, 140. So that's like 168k, 169k, something like that. And then there's something with Dr. Doom and Unblockable. So now this is against H.E. Sean. Interesting. And his, well, Unblockable failed. Oh, right. I just remembered that he has the potential to fail opponents' unblockable, Mystic Champion unblockable attacks. Either way, that is just about it. Let me know what you guys think of a rank 4 6-star Anti-Venom. And definitely huge thank you to A-Turn for sending in the footage. I always love and enjoy seeing, you know, less common rank ups. And definitely once he gets going, he can put up some very cool numbers. And in general, yes, let me know what you guys think about Anti-Venom. I'll catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the